Good evening.
Hello everybody.
I hope we're all okay.
Yeah.
Back to normal this week.
Define normal.
Well, as normal as we can get, yeah. We'll start with that. Thanks a million for last week.
Oh God, yeah.
You really did us proud. I know John, who runs it, he was delighted with the response. We were delighted with the response. That's the best payday we've had in the last year. Thank you very much.
But it was also, from our point of view, just, him thinking, gosh, these people have actually got a following. So that was really... And he enjoyed it. And the chat afterwards, for those
be careful, he might be watching this, so be careful what you say.
Yeah, I've not seen it. But no, it was really, really good.
Yeah, it was great. It was good, yeah. Tonight then, Live from the Rounds number 54. And it's originals again tonight. So we're doing Cutting Free, Ta-da, which was album number 6. And it was quite a game changer for us, this was, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. We recorded it in 2013 and released it, officially launched it at Derby Folk Festival at the beginning of October 2013. I remember that because they didn't turn up and they had to get us a box
company was messing us about, weren't they?
A quick box through.
Yeah.
But then 2012 was when our day jobs went. So this was the first one we'd recorded actually as full-time musos. And then in 2014, it was just before we went to some festival. Where were we going?
We were going to Cleckheaton. I'll tell you what it was. We'd played Spalding Folk Club, got back home and was then going to grab a sandwich or something to eat and just check the emails, and there was an email from...
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Can't remember his name.
The folk music editor or music editor of Daily Telegraph Online anyway, and the Daily Telegraph. Yeah. And it just said, love the album guys, and there was a link. And the link was to his list of his top 10 folk albums for 2014.
And we were in.
Cutting Free was in there.
Yeah, so it did us a lot of good. Anyway, moving on, we'll crack on and do a song.
So our sandwich and go to bed turned into a bottle of fizz.
Yeah, a bit of a dance around the kitchen,
a bit of a dance
wasn't
around, t-shirts over the head,
all that stuff.
That's the thing.
Yep.
Yep. I met my love on Avens Bank, 'neath the drizzle of a grey March day. He teased me as he softly sang, and with the melody did sway. He teased me as he softly sang, and with the melody did sway. My love had an eye of a roving kind, so fickle was his heart. Though these diversions hurt me so, I couldn't bear for us to part. Though these diversions hurt me so, I couldn't bear for
strength I threw myself and pounded on his chest.
He laughed as he fell backwards, then the Avens did her best.
She wrapped him in her watery arms and laid him on her bed, only to release him when my love
was cold and dead. Now this night I sit alone, a Bible in my hand. I pray for God's forgiveness for the killing of a man. Though praying will not save me, my soul's beyond all hope, and the dawn will steal my final breath at the end of a hangman's rope. So there.
Indeed. Me
That
too. You carry on.
took a lot of working out doing that song, didn't it? Because you originally wrote it on the mandolin.
I did.
And
couldn't really play the mandolin. Still ain't that great.
but it was interesting. I had another thought while we were in the middle of doing that, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I got cramp in my foot as well in the middle of the song, which is never
there
a
you
good
go.
thing. I'm going to have a look at some of these while you prepare.
I'm surprised you're there. I thought you'd all be down the pub actually. Unless you're watching this down the pub, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't mind sitting outside of a pub and having a beer, but I tell you what, I want it to be warmer than this. I like it in shorts and t-shirts somewhere overlooking the sea. I can't quite bring myself to sit outside the Barge and Bottle in Sleaford at the moment. It's a bit too chilly.
Yeah,
beer
we're.
tonight. Yeah, saying all that.
Oh, go on.
I see Ted's on there. Thank you very much. This is from Ted. He delivered this a couple of weeks ago on the anniversary, and it's Innis and Gunn Bourbon Barrel Scotch Ale, 6.6% rocket fuel. If I have 3 or 4 of these, I'll be talking Serbo-Croat and a West African accent, I dare say.
Oh, it's a very malty.
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
It's still
nice.
a little bit barley wine-ish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Very nice. Thanks,
for the
Ted.
connoisseurs,
The Cunning Sewers.
yes. I am tonight. I've gone back to basics. Not that that's a bad thing in any way. And I'm drinking Lefroy selection 12-year-old. And again, once again, I do need to point out that is almost half water, because otherwise I would fall over.
She says this
before
every week.
Song number 3.
Yeah, I'll just see Mike James is on there. I hope you're doing all right, Mike. He says too bloody cold for that. They're sitting outside drinking.
Oh, I know. Well,
Oh.
that's the teddy bears in the snow.
Mm.
Yes.
I may well crack actually and get myself wrapped up and give it a go
Well, maybe tomorrow.
at some point. See, it didn't take long.
No, not
I
I'm thinking because we're.
I just kind of suggest it and she's straight in there.
no,
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, right? I had a silly idea. Last
Oh,
Friday
really?
morning, Sarah and I ran 8.5 kilometres. That was my second 8.5k last week, and I said, "Oh, should we do 10 next week?" So that's what we're doing tomorrow.
That's a good thing.
Ask me after I've done it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go for a walk with Sharon and Martin
Yeah. that
and
was good.
Sarah. And if we walk across the fields from Sarah's house to Lessingham, the Duke of Boot opens at 12 o'clock.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see.
Just
You know,
thought.
it's Friday. It's allowed, isn't it? Yeah, that last song, Avens Bank. Well, you mentioned that, don't you? I did actually write that. Sat on the banks of the River Avon in our old camper van. It's chucking it down with rain one day. But this one, A Door That Never Opens. I was given the first line to this song by a guy at Cambridge Festival. He says, "Here, you write songs, don't you?" He said, "I've got this line, and it's he's got a glass in his hand and a woman in his heart." And I wrote that in my notebook, and I found it quite a while afterwards. Must have been a couple of years afterwards. And this is what came out of it, anyway. got a glass in his hand, a woman in his heart. Between them they've conspired and done their best to tear his life apart. He's walking paths that no one else can see. It's a life that's lived in dreams, between a door that never opens and a phone that never rings. Sad dads on Sundays with their children in the park. Burger King for dinner, be sure you bring them home by dark. Their photos sit upon his windowsill. She knows she hurts him still. He'll have to take his medicine, he'll have to take his pills. He's walking past and no one else can see. It's a life that's lived in dreams, between the door that never opens and a phone that never rings. What happened to forever doesn't last as long these days. Landmarks once thought permanent, they drift into uneasy shade. To lose all sense of order, to lose all sense of worth, takes some getting over to live your life with such a hurt. Now there's letters left unopened, there's bills no longer paid, final demands and court orders, these spears they used to stalk their prey. It's a day-to-day existence and it's blocking out the sun. It's so vicious and it stings, between a door that never opens and a phone that never rings. Just walking past that no one else can see. It's a life that's lived in dreams, between a door that never opens and a phone that never rings. Between a door that never opens and a phone that never rings.
I'm just thinking about him now.
It was John.
Big John.
Big John, that was it. I was trying to think of his name, yeah.
Big John. Yeah, the guy who gave Dave the line to the song, and apologies if I'm sure a lot of you have heard this before, but he gave Dave that line. He's got a glass in his hand, a woman in his heart. And it was only the following year when we were back at Cambridge Folk Festival again that we realised that the guy who'd given him the line always had a glass in his hand, and we'd never seen a woman anywhere near him.
It's
I
a
think
bit
the
of
two may be connected, actually.
Bit of a mix-up. The song is in that it's not any one person's story. I know the last line, final demands, letters left unopened, bills no longer paid, final demands and court orders, and that's. There was a guy who we knew who'd actually lost his wife, and he'd for a time just ceased to function. And he was getting back on track, and we were talking to him, and he was saying that he just couldn't bring himself. He didn't deliberately not pay his bills. He just couldn't face opening the mail or anything like that. It wasn't that he was short of money, and he got summoned to court. Bless him. He'd never been in trouble in his life, but he just could not function. He just lost it for a time. But he's up doing absolutely sound now. He's with another lady, and all's good. All is
He's
good.
loved up to buggery now, isn't
And
he?
he was last time I saw him. I hope he's still that way.
Yeah. So that's that then. Somebody just said something that Ted has pointed out that 10k is only 6 miles. Well, if you'd like to come and run it with us, Ted, that'd be absolutely fine, mate. It'll feel like every single one of those 6 miles, believe you me, tomorrow.
The last time I ran 6 miles was on my 60th birthday. That's genuine. That is true. Not so long ago.
No.
That morning, for some reason, I just got it into my head. I'm 60. I'm going to run 6 miles, and I did. Put my trainers on. I've never ran 6 miles since.
No, well, I had intended to do the same thing and run 6 miles on my 60th birthday, and I was on the injury bench then. I'd got that was when I was having physio on my calf.
Yeah, quite possibly. Squeeze.
Oh, squeeze. Okay.
Yeah, this next one, we'll dedicate this one to Sheila.
Sheila Reid.
Sheila Reid.
Yes.
But it has been requested by Graham.
Graham Pettifer has requested this one, yes.
Yep.
This, for those of you who don't know, it's about a ship that sank and loads of people died. Okay?
Oh dear, yes. But,
it's and
true
it's
story.
The memorial to Her Majesty's yacht, Isle Air, is actually right next to the rocks where we go fishing when we go home, on Holland Rocks.
This is the Isle of Lewis, by the way.
Yes. What's that one?
Yep.
Yep.
And the disaster happened early hours of New Year's Day, wasn't it?
Yeah, early as New Year's Day 1919. You could hear them singing in the harbour bars, welcoming the year. I stood waiting in a line, a man without a care. Night was clear, the spirits high, such joy I'd never known. 2 years since I left the island, now I was going home. The songs carried on the water as we sailed toward the sea. The sailors said we'd make good time. There was a keen southerly breeze. As we neared our destination, the rain began to pour. Drop of water will not hurt us, for soon we'll be shore. Every New Year's Eve I will remember absent friends, knowing that I'll never see the lights of them again. I see no cause to celebrate passing of the time. I'll not drink the hearing, I'll not sing old lang syne. Froze with fear when I heard the crash, thought my heart had stopped. The road then lifted us up high, smashed
sing all the time. I love drinking, hearing, I love sing old lang syne. So close and yet so far away.
I know. I made the mistake of looking at my hands. Shouldn't have done that.
Well, this is it. Yeah.
I'm leaving you to it, dear.
Oh, I've got you. Yeah, yeah. Different song. I'm thinking. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yes, for anybody who doesn't know, just Google HMY, Her Majesty's Yacht Isle Air. It's Euler in Gaelic. It means eagle.
You this way or you?
I'm going this way. Thank you very much.
Yeah, different guitar. Let us know where you're from, that's always interesting. I saw hello Cleethorpes. We've got Copenhagen on there, I did see that. Is Murray on, did you say?
No, Murray just commented earlier on that he was in a meeting, but that's... Oh, it was a wave, Sheila. It was a wave. I got it wrong, okay?
I've no idea what Kit's talking about actually. She's sat there on her iPad talking to Sheila, who's miles and miles away. You actually have to type it in, dear. See Trina and Demon are on there. I went out on the Halford Rocket, my brand new bike of 20 odd years old. I was thinking about it actually. It's a bit like what is it? Trigger's broom. He's still got the original broom. I've still got the original bike. It's had about 2 new wheels, several new tyres, new chain, definitely a new chain.
New saddle?
New saddle, yeah. I still need a better one though. It makes my bum sore. But yeah, I cycled through the metropolis, that is, Helpringham and Eckington, and Little Elm, Gretel. It's very nice. Damn fine. Yeah, it was never in my hands. It's one of those songs that just sort of came from messing about on the guitar. If only I'd met you in another place and time, free from all that baggage, all that shit that clogs your mind. Out on a clear road, open spaces up ahead, to free me from my dreams, to have lived that life instead. We would make quite a couple, could have cleared the floor, all eyes would have been upon us, they'd be shouting out for more. It's cruel of fate to cast its light on these things we might have done, or if only I'd have met you before the setting of the sun. What would you have made of this young fool? Head in the clouds and feet on the run. No time for the day, no time for a second glance. then I'll be gone. Then I'll be gone. Oh, I was lucky to have been in love. It was the sweetest of songs. The grass seemed so much greener there. I felt like I belonged. But time, it was against us. I hope you understand. I was lucky to have loved you, but it was never in my hand. And the crowd went wild, all of them. Thank you very much indeed. That's a tune-in I nicked off Martin Simpson. I don't know where. I think Martin probably nicked it off Nick Jones. I know Nick Jones used to use that. C suspended something or other.
And for all the people who've just been having a conversation with me about how many guitars is too many, I would just like to point out I bought him that one.
There is no such thing as too many guitars.
Well, no, that's Andy Revitz's comment was no matter how many guitars you've got, you're always short of one.
Yep, indeed.
And John Watterson's joined us. Hi, John.
Oh, hello, John. We've just been
So what a lovely time we had last
singing
week.
your praises from the Zoom last week. It was damn fine. It really was. Kay's on there. Hello,
gosh.
Kay. Hope you're doing okay. Okay, Kay.
Okay, Kay.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Completely unintentional.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough. You wouldn't mean to do that, would you?
No. This is another. This is another one for Ari because it's got accordion on it, and we know how much Ari loves the accordion.
Yeah, this one. One-way ticket. I just a thought actually you should get the plug-in for should you wish to donate if you're new to this. I'm guessing most of you have been here before, but if you are new to this, we've been raising money for the past year and a bit for collecting money for Sleaford, the Sleaford Larder, which is our local food bank, and the Musicians Union Musicians Hardship Fund. Folks have kindly donated over £3,000 so far, which has been split between the two. And so should you wish to donate to that, there is a link at the top of the page. And also should you wish to bung us a few quid, it would be most welcome. We have a Strings and Things fund where there is a link to that as well.
That's it.
Yeah, do you want to tell them about the song?
So this song, inspired by Little Ian Goodsman.
Ian, it was, yeah.
Or Lillian Goodsman. He goes as Lil Ian, but quite often gets called Lillian.
His little, and his
name's
name's Ian.
Yeah.
But it does sometimes get called Lillian, bless him.
Yeah. He's definitely not a Lillian, is he?
He's not Lillian, no. Cracking blues player.
Amazing blues guitar player, who, as have various other people over the years, lived in our house for a while. But when he was heading back to New Zealand, before they came back and lived here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Dave said, is that it then? Are you going back and staying, or are you coming back here, or what are you doing? And Ian said, got a one-way ticket, but a return state of mind.
Oh, bang, song. So this is it.
And this is it, yes. And this is another one, if I get it right, it will be a mackerel.
Something I might be needing.
Maybe I stayed too long this time and the roots began to spread.
I don't understand this feeling. Something's messing with my head.
Tucked my strings and threw my bag over my shoulder. Turned away just as a tear slipped from my eye. Was someone to you, old friend? Someday our paths may cross again. I got a one-way ticket, but a return straight of mine. I got a one-way ticket, but a return state of mind. I got a one-way ticket, but a return state of mind. Interestingly, it was the lyrics I screwed up
A brave
instead.
attempt, yeah.
Yeah. Hey ho.
Such is life. Yeah, we should. That's one of them. I don't ever think, apart from sat here, I don't think we've ever performed that out on a stage anywhere.
No.
And we should. You know, get out there and do it. You could do a dance as well to that, couldn't you? It's almost Cajun-ish. Probably not. Yeah, we can do Cajun dancing, by the way. We're good at that.
The last time we did Cajun dancing was during the recording of By the Skin of Our Teeth, the very first album. We were staying down in Lichfield with Smudger, Paul Smith, in whose studio we recorded the album. And drink had been taken. We went out down to the Guildhall where there was a band playing Cajun music, and it turned out we knew some of them.
We did.
And then more drink was taken.
So we can do this
And we
Cajun
thought we
dancing.
could do the dancing, and we ended up both of us sprawled across the floor.
Completely.
I
Yeah,
seem to
that
remember
was,
actually falling off the curb on the way home
You
as
did.
well.
Yeah, it's a wonder you didn't break your ankles. Yes.
That wasn't the night.
That was the one and only time we've ever done Cajun dancing.
That wasn't
well,
the night that Lynn found me in the
That was the
bathroom.
one,
That was the one.
yeah.
Where Paul's then partner came down the stairs saying, "Excuse me, there appears to be a body in the bathroom."
Yeah. And as we were the type of people he took home, that's probably why it's Paul's then partner.
Paul's ex-partner, yes.
Yeah.
Paul Bailey says, "Yeah, perform that one. It's a good festival number." Cage fighting, yeah, good.
Cage fighting. I just saw that, yeah. Cracking, yeah.
What do we get here? Andrew Evans to like that one. Yeah, there we go.
Well, yeah, we've got a few more anyway. We'll do a few more. We'll do as we always do as well later on. We'll up onto Facebook and go through all your comments. We do like the comments. Sometimes it's a bit surreal, as in that we'll sort of go through it and we set it for real-time comments, but it doesn't always come up as real-time comments. They come in a bit random, and so you sometimes get the answer to one question before the question's been asked, and it makes you scratch your head a bit. But anyway, this song, Cold Blows December Wind, I wrote this donkeys years ago, and I can remember doing this before we were together, doing it up Boston Folk Club. So it's got to be getting on 30 years ago, and yeah, I always remember doing it, and Phil Biggs coming to me at the end of it. He said, "That last line, where'd you get that from?" I said, "I wrote it." I was over the moon because he thought it was great. I can't remember what the line is now, because hopefully I'll get there in the end anyway, but whatever. 3 a.m. and I'm over the top. I've had more than 1 or 2 beers. Worse for wear, I'm getting ready to drop, and know it's gonna end in tears. 3 parts stone and miles from home, and I can't seem to get this right. But the woman I'm with's not the woman I love, but I'm tired of being alone at night. Just taking my chances by myself in a town I don't know too well. I used my skills as best I could, products I'm trying to sell. I'm not asking for much, just to make a living, maybe a little to spare. But it's a hell of a reach when you're walking these streets. It's a different world out there. Cold blow December winds, hot burns the August sun. Turn over another year, tell me where did it all come from? Another circle around the tree, another crease upon my brow. With the luck of the draw I might break out, even it all adds up somehow. And I've got a woman at home, she loves me so much at times I can hardly breathe. I try to do the best for her, striking it to my knees, like a punch-drunk fighter in the final round when he's praying for a bell to ring. It's only pride that keeps him up on his feet. Pride's a powerful thing. Cold blow December winds, hot burns the August sun. I'm running over another year, tell me where's it all come from? Another circle around the tree, another crease upon my brow. With the luck of the draw I might break out, even it all adds up somehow. I was just 16 when I first said I loved you. I watched the tears roll down your face. As I laughed and joked, you hardly spoke. We just said we'd get out of this place. So many years gone and I'm still trying, haven't given up on it yet. But if money were tears after all these years, I swear I'd be a millionaire. Cold blow December winds, hot burns the August sun. Turn over another year, tell me where's it all come from? Another circle around the tree, another crease upon my brow. With the luck of the draw I might break out, even it all adds up somehow. Yeah, with the luck of the draw I might break out, even it all adds up somehow.
I like that one.
Thank you. I was getting a
like
little bit carried away and lost there.
Yes, I did notice.
I sort of drifted off and thought, where on earth am I?
I might do that myself.
It's quite nice actually, that. I've done that a few times. Woken up at festivals and realised I'm on a stage. Thought, whoa, where am I in this song? It's great though if you can get carried away. Rog, he used to be brilliant at it. He could get 20 minutes out of a song, Rog could sometimes.
Yeah.
He'd just drift off and we'd be jamming away. It was great.
I've been recording some backing vocals this week for the new album, and a bit of a lead as well. But there's a beautiful, beautiful song, Once More for the Old Times, which we did do when we did the all new songs night. Which the first time Dave played it to me, it's just that thing. Swear that there's a foot somewhere tapping out of time, and I thought, it's about Roger.
Yeah. Wrote that in our shed.
It's just that thing that he could do tap his foot in a completely different rhythm from the one he was playing
Oh,
and
if
singing
you was
in.
jamming with him, never watch his foot. His
No.
foot was never going in the same time as the rhythm.
No.
But his rhythm was good.
Yeah.
I've
The
heard
boy,
tell.
The boy had... Yes.
Oh, I'm over to you then, sweet
Susie's
pea.
on,
Over to
actually.
you.
Let's see what's there. So, this song. On Cutting Free was the first time on a Winter Wilson album that we'd recorded a cover. And in fact, we've only recorded 2 more since then, and they were both live Sandy Denny songs on the Live and Unconventional album. It's all been songs that
One Sunday, isn't it?
Dave has written.
It's one Sunday.
It'll take a long... Oh, that's true, yeah, there's just the one on there. This one, when we were recording Cutting Free through the summer of 2013, in June of that year, July, we lost Nick Keir. Nick, who was for many years in the McCalmans, he replaced Hamish Bain when Hamish left. And that was in the early 80s. And I'd known Nick since I was 17, so in the mid-70s. And we were very close, and he wrote this song after a conversation with my mum. And Mum was brought up on a croft in the village of Sandwick on the Isle of Lewis. And during the Second World War, the Ministry of War came and they requisitioned, appropriated, stole, whichever word you prefer, the back half of all the crofts on East Street so that they could extend the security apron and the runway at what was then Stornoway Aerodrome and what is now Stornoway Airport. And my great-grandfather's croft, where my mum was brought up, he didn't cultivate the back half. He left it just to grow wild, because he had a day job as well. And all the kids from the village used to play there. So Mum told Nick the story, and he wrote this song, and it's called The Field Behind Our House. In the field behind our house we would never suffer ploughing, for the land there it was growing for a garden. And we'd play there after school if the wind was not too bitter, if the wind was not too snell to send us in. In the field behind our house grew the primroses in summer, like a carpet, said our mother, though we picked them every day. And however many bunches, they never seemed to lessen. We were carpeted with flowers in the field behind our house. In the sunny days of summer, we would play there after bedtime, the northern sun still shining after bedtime. Our mother never noticed she was talking in a doorway, talking to a neighbour in the sun. In the field behind our house you could hear the ocean playing as it roared upon the coastline, throwing spray onto the rocks. We would sit outside and listen, shelling peas and singing softly, hear the wild lamenting seagulls in the sea behind our house. There's a 12-foot metal fence in the field behind our house, and the land is stolen from us once again. The primroses are gone, for the earth is mud and water, though no one seems to go there very much. In the field behind our house some angry dogs are barking, strange aeroplanes are landing in a blaze of foreign lights. You can hear the soldiers shouting as their boots crash on the concrete. You would think that they were staying in the field behind our house. In the field behind our house we would never suffer ploughing, for the land there it was growing for a garden. And we'd play there after school if the wind was not too bitter, if the wind was not too snell to send us in.
Woo! Woo!
I've got a whoop. So there are 2 inaccuracies in that song. One of which, the first one, the land was stolen from us once again. Clearances did happen on the Isle of Lewis, but only in the west side, and Sandwich is in the east side, so that land wasn't taken. It remained in the hands of the crofters, and my great-grandfather's family owned that piece of land for some time, and still do. The other inaccuracy came out when Nick was singing the song to my mother, and he sang it, sat in her living room in Grantham, and he sang "In the field behind our house grew the primroses in summer." And at the end of the song, my mum was just chuffed to Betsy's. Nobody had ever written her a song before. And she just said, "Oh, Nick, that's lovely. There were violets."
There's nothing wrong with inaccuracies in song.
It's poetic license.
Poetic license.
It's called.
We just mentioned Susie on there. At Christmas, Susie got me a book all about the song. A guy has written a book, a whole book, all about the song "The Wichita Linesman," which is Jimmy Webb's song. Brilliant, brilliant songwriter, Jimmy Webb. And he talks about it, talks about the song on there, and he's had all sorts of stick because some of the things that he mentions on there is about is the guy up the tallywag pole making a call. He's on a phone, which is what he saw as a kid, and but he confused that with high voltage cables as well, of which many people have corrected him over time. And the other one is by the time I get to Phoenix, which is again a beautiful love song of this guy driving, and he mentions about when he reaches Albuquerque, she'll be just home from work or something like that. I can't remember all the bits, but yes, you guessed it. There's people all over the world have got maps out and worked out how long it would have taken this bloke to drive to these different destinations, and said and confronted him after gigs. But that would be impossible to do that. It's not the point. Did you enjoy the song? You know, did it?
Was it a good song?
Transport you to somewhere else.
By the time I get to Phoenix, it's a beautiful, beautiful song.
Transport you to somewhere else for 3 minutes, made you forget your troubles for 3 minutes. It's done its job. Don't question it. That's that.
Yes, indeed.
Anyway, we have some birthdays to mention.
We do. Yes, Chris Wilson. Good name.
Like
happy
that.
birthday,
Yeah.
Chris.
Chris is
I know.
good.
I've seen that you're on there. And
Yeah, happy birthday, Chris. And Helen.
Helen.
Oh, we had. Was it Bill yesterday?
Oh, yeah, it was Bill the dog yesterday. That was one of the furry friends on the photographs earlier. I think Bill was yesterday. He was 6. Helen is slightly more than 6, but her birthday is today. So happy birthday, lovely.
Happy birthday, Helen.
And this song, I don't know why Gail suggested this song for you. Because I think that's quite a cruel thing to do, really, when it's your birthday.
Oh, well. Yeah, it's called There's Still Life in the Old Dog Yet. I'll leave you two to fight it out. I'm sure you can do that well on your own, no problem at all. I was just sat down there while Kit was singing that beautiful version of The Field Behind Our House, and I was thinking about this song because it was on Cutting Free, but there's also the live version, which is on Live and Unconventional, which is what we did with the Fairport tour. And I've got to tell you this story. The very first night, where was it? Begins with a W.
Yeah.
Winchester?
No, the very first night wasn't. It was near Toaster. What's it, Gloucester way. It was over there.
Can't remember where it was, but the very first night of the tour.
Because we stayed at John and
We did,
Sue's.
John and Sue's. Fairport have this thing where they... Tewkesbury, that's the one. Where when you've done your set, they come and join you on stage, and so your last song becomes their first song. And surprisingly enough, this was their 51st year of touring. I sent them about 3 or 4 songs, and this is the one they chose. There's Still Life in the Old Dog Yet. And we literally went through it twice during the sound check, banged through it twice, and then that was it, live on the night, no other rehearsal. And we got playing Jerry Conway on the drums, counted us in, bang, 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 we're off, we're playing. And I got through the first verse and I was thinking, I was really nervous, but I started enjoying myself. That foolish thing, started enjoying myself. And I'm looking around at the crowd and I'm looking around at these guys thinking, I'm the luckiest bloke on the planet right now, playing with these blokes. And then dived straight into the middle 8 of the song, and I thought it sounded all right, but there's a little bit of a hiccup. And then I was looking across at Kip, halfway through the middle 8, and she got a look of horror on her face. But we just carried on. And it was then when we got to the end of the song, I was told I completely missed out a verse. Hadn't realised at the time. And then after Fairport did their first set, then it was everyone into the foyer, trying to sell CDs, get a beer, that sort of thing. And during the break, Dave Pegg, the bassist, came over to me and he put his hand on my shoulder. He said, I'm sorry about that, Dave. He said, I'll get it right tomorrow night, yeah. He obviously thought it was him that had screwed it up. And I thought I could just be quiet here and get away with this, but I didn't. I said, it wasn't you, mate, it was me. I said I missed a verse out. And at that point, he shouted across to Chris Leslie, who was also in the foyer, hey, Chris, it wasn't me that f***ed it up, it was Dave. And I realised at that point, me and him was going to get on, and we did. And we still do. So, yeah, still life in the old dog.
Faz has pointed out a really good one. For inaccuracies in songs, Toto, Africa, Kilimanjaro doesn't rise above the Serengeti.
Does it not?
No, it doesn't. There's plenty. There's quite a lot. Anyway, last song for tonight. Thanks for being there again, everybody, and we'll see you next week. It's covers next week.
Yeah, covers next week. Get your suggestions in.
Any suggestions, requests, challenges,
threats?
Yeah, all of them. Let us know. And we've got a few already on the list.
We have.
And by the time you see me next week, I'll have had my hair done.
I might even do mine.
Which one?
This one. And thanks again for the support last week. It was brilliant.
Thanks, everybody.
We have got to tell you something.
Oh, yeah, the party.
Yes.
The party.
25th of September. Thanks to Trina for this one. We've been in touch with the New Life Church. They're the people behind the Sleaford Larder. And they've given us a very good deal. So we're going to do the concert there. So it will be in Sleaford within about 10 minutes, an easy 10 minutes walk of the station. And there is plenty of accommodation about. And we will sort out parking for camper vans, should anybody wish to travel over in a van.
Yeah, we're thinking of having a word with the cricket club, which is only a 5-minute walk away from the New Life, and does have a decent sized car park.
If we can swing it that you can park in the actual venue car park, then we'll do that as well. But so
25th of September in Sleaford. So very easy for the railway station and everything for anybody who wants
plenty
to do
of accommodation.
Loads of accommodation in town. If anybody wants details of where a decent place is, give us a shout.
We'll probably put something like that up on the website, a load of B&Bs and that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah, the place where Sue and
Nigel Sue
stayed was really
There's
good.
Plenty.
Yeah, but anyway,
we'll get onto that, but we have now fixed it. It is in the diary, 25th of September, so it's going to happen.
So it doesn't clash with Bromyard?
Bromyard, yeah.
Any of them?
Or any of them. Fingers crossed. Still life in the old dog yet, and we'll see you next week.
We expect to hear you singing.
years I'd given them when I was shown the door. My boss never got to say goodbye. They gave him the push just a fortnight before, and I can't deny it crippled me. It all came as such a shock. No matter how I tried, I couldn't help but cry the last time that I punched the clock. £10,000 redundancy. They said I could retrain. I blew the whole lot on a college course. I was trying to get back to work again. 50 grand a year, they said. But it all came down to naught. It's a young man's game and you're past your prime. No one said it, but I know what they thought. But there's still life in the old dog yet. The wiser you are, the older you get. Shout out every day when you get out of bed. There's still life in the old dog yet. Well, Job Centre Plus was my second home. Excuse me. Well, Job Centre Plus was my second home. I'd call in every day, wouldn't leave them alone. Time and again they'd send me in a rage. We've got nothing here for a bloke of your age. Well, I didn't give in, I was a total pain. Perseverance in Poetic gains. I've got steady work, but I don't make a mint. It beats me at home, and it beats me exchange. And there's still life in the old dog yet. The wiser you are, the older you get. Shout out every day when you get out of bed. There's still life in the old dog yet. Now I'm up every morning away on my bike. It isn't all fun, but it suits me alright. One day at a time, it's all you can ask. I'm living each one as if it were my last. So keep looking and diving, sail with the breeze. Don't let them drag you down onto your knees. Roll with the punches and don't lose that grin. Come out fighting again and again and again. 'Cause there's still life in the old dog yet. The wiser you are, the older you get. Shout out every day when you get out of bed. There's still life in the old dog yet. The wiser you are, the older you get. Shout out every day when you get out of bed. There's still life in the old dog yet. Thanks a lot.
Good night, everybody. Stay safe.
See you next week.
Bye.